Preparing students for NAPLAN. For many years, the NAPLAN test has been the cause of stress for many parents and students. For Australia to have a bright future, it's essential that each citizen has knowledge, abilities and values that are vital for acquiring productive and rewarding life within an educated community. High-quality education is the foundation for Australia to achieve this goal. The NAPLAN was created to examine schools to reveal if young Australians were being taught through successful methods. Likewise, with all other single assessments, the NAPLAN results are not intended to be used as a standalone assessment of your child. Also, students are well prepared for this test as it is designed to align with the Australian curriculum learning content they have previously learned. The school ensures that the learning concepts being tested in the NAPLAN have been taught, scaffolded and built upon appropriately for every year level. Preparing for the NAPLAN test, scaffolding the learning concepts across year levels 3 to 5. The Australian curriculum is constructed to cultivate assertive, innovative, successful learners. It is organised as a progression of learning, scaffolding students' knowledge of literacy learning concepts across the year levels 3 to 5, which ensures the school properly prepares your child for the NAPLAN test. The Australian curriculum English strand makes certain that your child is taught all the literacy concepts used within the NAPLAN test. These concepts are implemented within curriculum constructed and presented as a sequence of learning over a period of time before and throughout year levels 3 to 5. Literacy concept text purpose. With our practice test here, you can see on question 1, students need to be able to identify the purpose of the text as they identify the type of language choices made within the text, and the way the article is trying to entice the reader and encouraging them to continue reading. They need to draw conclusion to the type of text they are reading. They should be able to understand that the article is trying to persuade them to apply for a job with the pirate crew. Within the English strand, there is a substrand called purpose, audience and structure of different types of text. Here you can see how your child's learning of this concept is scaffolded and built upon over the years 3 to 5. In year level 3, your child learns to comprehend how multiple types of text use a variety of language choices, depending on the purpose of the text. In year 4, they learn how texts differ in density and detail, depending on attitude and topic of the text and the author's purpose. In year 5, your child constructs their knowledge and their previous learning is scaffolded as they learn how texts vary in purpose, structure and topic. Learning concept comprehension. With our practice test, you can see on question 2, students need to read and interpret information based on their understanding. In the text, students need to recognise the importance of the words such as take a look and understand their purpose and meaning within the text to draw to conclusion about the text's purpose. Comprehension is a substrand within the literacy strand, and as you can see, your child's comprehension skills are developed, scaffolded across the year levels 3 to 5. Students commencing using comprehension skills in year 3. They learn to construct literal and inferred meaning from text. They learn to evaluate text through drawing on their own developing knowledge of text. In year 4, they use comprehension strategies to build text meaning in order to increase their topic knowledge as they combine and connect ideas while examining and assessing text. In year 5, students are now learning to utilize their previous comprehension skills to be able to examine information and develop capabilities in combining and connecting ideas from multiple texts. Literacy concept language devices. In our practice test, students need to identify the meaning of the word backbone within the text. They will need to decipher the metaphor backbone in the context it is used. For this text, it refers to the most capable part of running the ship. So here, backbone is a metaphor for most important. Within the literacy strand, there is a substrand called language devices in literary text, including figurative language. In year 3, your child begins to develop the concepts of language devices through discussion of nature and effect of various language devices that are used to enrich meaning from the and form the reader's response to text. In year 4, this concept is extended as they comprehend, interpret and experiment with multiple language devices and explore wordplay. In year 5, students then extend their knowledge of concept again as they comprehend, interpret, experiment with sound devices and imageries in text. Here they explore language devices such as metaphor, song and poetry. Assessments across the year levels 3, 4 and 5. An assessment is a process to identify, collect and interpret information concerning how and what students are learning and assemble evidence of this learning. The data collected and evaluated through these assessments are how the educator measures students' academic success according to the learning outcomes found within the Australian curriculum. Assessment approaches generally fit into the following categories: formative assessment, such as checklists, think, pair, share, and self-evaluation; summative assessments, such as benchmarking, end-of-unit testing, report card grades; and standardized testing, NAPLAN. An assessment for reading, Fontes and Pinnell benchmarking. Fontes and Pinnell benchmarking is a comprehensive and evidence-based assessment system to establish children's independent and instructional reading levels. Some benefits are: it can determine students' reading instructional level, it can recommend appropriate placement level for students, and can assist educator in forming appropriate guided reading groups. Limitations: it is level locking. This is where outside of the class students are prevented from choosing the reading books that they would like to read outside their reading level. And another is it is using a set criteria for leveling up students without any flexibility. An assessment for writing, student portfolios. A student portfolio is a collection of students' academic work for evidence-based assessment purposes. Some benefits are: portfolios support students' self-evaluation and reflection, as well as ownership for learning and critical thinking. It also evaluates performance established from original samples of student work. Some limitations: portfolios require a lot of time to plan, develop, and establish set guidelines for what students need to exhibit in their portfolio. Also, portfolio assessments are subjective. If two different educators review the same portfolio, they may draw to different conclusions for grading. An assessment for speaking and listening, observations. Conducting observations is a valuable method for educators to build judgments about individual students. Observations occur during lessons as well as during interactions between the educator and the student. Benefits: can offer students immediate feedback. It is also, observations are typically done unannounced and is a stress-free assessment for your students. Limitations: observation might be good for viewing behaviour and actions, but it is restricted from gaining deeper understanding of results of learning outcomes. Also, there are some things students know or have gained knowledge about that you simply just cannot observe. A report style, parent-teacher interviews. Throughout your child's years in primary school, you usually be requested to attend parent-teacher interviews. These interviews typically a short meeting between you and your child's educator. A parent-teacher interview does not imply that there is an issue with your child's academic process. Some benefits: gain insight about your child's academic, emotional, and social development. Assist your child's educator in understanding more about your child. Some limitations: the child is not present to contribute to the discussion of their own academic learning process. And also, the meeting is completely reliant on the parents' attendance and involvement, while some parents may find it hard to attend due to work schedules. I hope this video has helped you, and I would like to leave with just saying, do not stress. Let your child just do their best.